Arvea went live. Yeah, I'm just looking at the Twitch thing. Right, time to ping everyone again. Arvea went live. No, yeah, I'm just looking at the Twitch thing. I'm just advertising in other service. Right. Okay, we begin. Yeah, people are writing to me and it's hard to like say anything. Right. Today is the second day of the 1v1 tourney. Today we'll be looking at most of the Group B and Group D matches. Yesterday wasn't the best of days because out of the 60 matches scheduled, only 7 happened because of 3 people not turning up. And I won't say anything more. There were a couple of good moments yesterday, but hopefully today it will be a lot better. Unfortunately, the first scheduled match today is looking like another free win, because I know Zipper ZB is here, but is Jabron here? I believe he's still online, offline. Yeah. Anyhow, with me is obviously our resident streamer Vade. We got Alex, and we got Irv.
Hello.
Yeah. Right. Can you send people the IPs, Vic? You can start off by. You can start off by sending the IP to Zipper.
Sounds good.
And Jabron in PMs, obviously. After pinging everyone about the stream, somebody immediately left. Yikes.
Who else needs the IP? Seb, Floxit?
But why did I need the IP? We already got the stream and recording sorted.
All right.
But Have you sent the IP to Zipper?
Yep. And Jabran. Jabran is offline, of course, and I guess I can also send it to Shara.
Yeah, send it to Shara as well. If neither of them turn up within the next 9 minutes, it's going to end up in a draw.
Okay.
The first draw of the tournament. Normally, you can't actually draw, but there's not much else you can do if neither person shows up for their scheduled match.
Yeah.
It's going to put a big dent in Zipper's chances as well, but I'm sure he can turn it around with if he shows up to any of his other matches. If he doesn't, though, that's going to be quite significant in terms of who makes it to the next stage in this group. Because if Zipper doesn't show up and Jabran doesn't show up, that automatically means you, Ballas, and Shara make it to this group stage. Which is quite interesting. Yeah, Shara wants to wait for their for them to for their schedule to start, so we're gonna have to wait a couple minutes to see whether either two shows up. So, obviously, with neither two showing up, and that means that, yeah, after, obviously we'll wait for this to resolve itself. If neither turn up, then that's 2-2. Then we'll have Shara facing Irv, which should be interesting. And then after that, we have Ballas facing Jabran, which will probably be a free win for Ballas because like he's in the voice chat in the RV server, so he's available. He's raring to go. He's raring to. I was gonna make a pun there, but I think came to mind. But after that, we have the top 10 anime showdown of this group stage, with Andor facing Victor Star in Group D right off the bat.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what are your predictions for that match?
It's a very tough one because both of them are very good players. Victor Star, I would say, he at his best would be better than Andor, but he also tends to be a bit inconsistent sometimes. So we'll see how he'll do today.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Victor Star has the higher peak, but Andor has like the higher average.
So what you're saying is Andor has the high ground. I predict Andor 3-1.
I'll predict Andor 3-2.
I can't say a winner, but I would agree with a 3-2.
Yeah, this matchup is grand final material here. These are probably the two best people inside the 1v1 tournament.
Yeah. 4 minutes to go. Man, I'm really surprised by Zipper of all people not showing up. That's actually a bit ridiculous.
Yeah, that is pretty weird of him, but like maybe it's something
not
out of
even
his
online.
control.
Yeah, but obviously you want to tell the organizer
Yeah.
in advance, like Flux did. Why can't anyone else do that? Yeah, he's offline, and so is Jabron. It's looking like a 2-2 draw. Three more minutes to go.
We're almost there.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Two more minutes to go. I wonder what's gone wrong on Zipper's end. Well, in the meantime, why don't we do the coin flip for the next match?
Yeah, go ahead.
Heads. So
That would be Shara.
Shara gets to pick between Garden, Botanical Garden, and Tall Mayhem for the first track. Question is, which one will they pick? If I had to pick Hammer, and if I had to pick between these two, I'd probably go for Mayhem. But they've seemingly picked Toyota, so we'll see what happens. "30 seconds to go until..."
So I'll be out while I do my races.
You can just deafen yourself, you'll be fine. Alex and I got it made, got it sorted, etc. You get the idea. Right. It is 1:15. So J-Band versus ZipZB is not happening. Unfortunately. So yeah, we will move on to Shara facing Irv. Now, who do you predict to win here, Alex?
That's a tough one because I don't think Shara is that. I'd say Shara is a better player than Earth, but I'm not sure if that applies to being a better Toyeka player.
That is true.
If it were a Hummer battle, for example, I'd pick Shara 100%, but this is between Toyeka.
Shara picks Mayhem, and we're starting off here. Irv gets the boost at the start. Shara slots themselves in front of the Irv for a brief moment before Irv gets away as well, making their way through the bends towards the piano. Irv seems to have gotten a significant lead, with Shara making a mistake. That lead's gonna become even better.
This track has quite a few tricky corners that you need to learn how to take properly, else you can lose quite a bit of time here. For example, the glass bridge. If you don't know how to take that, you're probably spinning out. like Shara did.
It's a once you learn how the track works, it flows extremely well, and it's no surprise why it's considered a classic on the IO
Absolutely.
website. It's a lovely track. And while we said that, Shara seems to have caught up to Irv there a little bit.
Yeah, this is still pretty close. One mistake and
Yeah, it's the final
Irv
lap. Irv
lost.
just needs to be conservative here and bring it home.
Although if Irv is too conservative, he may lose his lead just by Shara playing more risky. Although Shara does mess up the glass bridge.
Yeah, it's hard to tell what Shara's actually doing because of how I wouldn't say the connection's bad, but they're like 2,000 miles away from where Irv lives, so if not even more, give or take. So, but either way, Shara made a crucial mistake there, despite catching up, and Vic's gonna take the first map. But this is looking a lot closer than anything we've seen yesterday, so I'm pretty sure this is going to be a good matchup.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I need to start writing this down. Right. I believe both got the boost off. Shara, I believe, was pushed into the tire pile and had to reposition.
Yeah, that's pretty unfortunate, but during the first few corners of this, there is a good chance that someone is gonna get pushed.
It seems like Shara's a bit uncomfortable here, having done like 2 mistakes in like a lap.
Oh yeah,
Meanwhile-
this track is like one tricky corner after the next.
Yeah.
And now coming up, the container part is very hard to do consistently.
Yeah, because there's that little bump which you can't even see, and if you mess that up, you spin out, and
Yeah.
then you lose the momentum, and then you have to still try and go through that last chicane like flawlessly. I've taken the more conservative line rather than going the long way around. It's a little bit quicker. Shara, though, despite
Bad mistake from Shara.
as soon as I said, hey, Shara's, keeping up and closing the gap, they make a mistake. Shara there seems to be a pattern here. Shara has better pace than Irv, but Irv's being more conservative and making less mistakes than Shara. Also helps that Irv's connection is a lot better.
Oh yeah.
If I was hosting the lobby, Shara's connection will be even worse.
But if you have a significant lead, you definitely should drive more conservatively.
The two meet 70 meters apart, 80 meters now.
The last container jump for Earth. And he does it. That's the 2-0.
It's a 2-0 lead so far for Vic, but I'm pretty sure Shara can still turn this around. They have the skill to give it a shot at least. It's not completely hopeless.
Yeah. Next up is Sakura on another really good custom track.
Irv gets the boost right off the bat. Manages to gain an early lead, but Shara slots them out of the way.
Just smacked Earth out of there.
I wouldn't say smack, but made use of the arcade physics, being able to push them way into the lead, into that corner. It's another art style which you tend to learn after all. I know I annoyed a lot of people in the past with my blocking.
Yeah, you can drive very aggressively on some turns here.
Shara is seemingly doing some initial D style approaches to corners. At least that's what their connection's making them do. Second lap though, and they're still neck and neck. Irv's probably absolutely petrified of what Shara's capable of with that connection. So he's definitely pressured to stay ahead. Meanwhile, Shara is keeping him honest. Shara messed up the shortcut while Irv didn't. And like that, the gap widens, but just slightly. As they make their way through the gazebo jumps. The gap is... Ooh! The gap was getting smaller, and with Irv making a mistake, it's anyone's race again. Shara has that lead that could very well secure another chance victory. And perhaps even a game 5.
We
Making
might.
their way, making their way through the house. Shara doesn't mess up the shortcut this time. Irv gets a less optimal line to the shortcut and loses a bit of time, making their way through the straight.
Yeah, you're not catching up without, like, just through better play. Shara needs to mess up now for Earth to still have a chance.
Or just race really slowly.
Yeah, that's true.
Shara has to win this to keep their chances alive.
And we're at the last few corners.
Shara makes their way through the jump, and they take it 2-1. Pretty nifty series so far, I have to say.
Yeah, definitely the closest we've had so far.
Like, even if it ended up in Irv winning, that would have been still the closest 3-0 we've ever seen. Because, like, every single race so far, the gap was no more than, like, 50 meters. The only exception you could say was Toy Soldiers, but even that was, like, less than 100 meters.
Yeah.
So... first time we see Ghost Town 2 in the tournament. Off they go. Irv boosts for an early lead. Angles himself to get that jump perfectly. Making the way for the mines. Shara tailing on Irv. Irv seemingly messed up a bit in that tunnel. Lost a bit of that lead to Shara.
Neck and neck here.
As they make the way... Oh, Shara bumped into Irv there. Goes into spin out a little bit.
Yeah.
Not too significant though, as Irv is still right behind Shara. Though they messed up the jump there. Got caught up in that bump.
Not quite getting that corner.
But we're still only halfway through the second lap. Shara could still very well mess up.
Yeah, that second corner can be kind of tricky to do if you're not good at like pre-jumping properly.
Yeah. Last lap, Shara heading through the mines once again. The gap between the two, the last lap or so, has not changed.
This could very well be a reverse sweep.
Ooh, Shara lost control there a little bit. The gap is getting smaller. So the Shara cannot mess up at this last corner. Take it the long way round. Oh no!
Oh!
That was a photo finish, but I think Shara took it.
Shara did take it.
Shara took it by like less than a tenth, or a little bit over a tenth.
That was way closer than it needed to be.
We're going to game 5. About bloody time.
Yep. First match of the day, and it's a pretty good one. I'd say even more than pretty good.
I'm certainly not complaining. This was like a matchup I thought about. You know, they're both pretty similar in terms of skill, so it's bound to be a back and forth match. The question is, though, will Irv be able to clinch and take away Shara's chances of a reverse sweep, or will Irv crumble under the pressure and end up being reversed? So far, Shara seems to have dipped into the water a bit, losing a bit of speed, but I'm not
Also
sure what
gone
happened
out
there.
at that corner.
Irv taking the small little shortcut there.
I don't even know if that saves any time.
From my experiences, I think it does, but going the long way around also isn't bad either. It's also safer. And considering we're in game 5, you know, unless you are absolutely 100% confident about that, you generally don't want to do that, unless you're desperate.
One thing that I know that shortcut is good for is to cut someone off if they're like right in front of you.
Oh. That's true. But in the meantime, Irv's pulling away a little bit from Shara.
Yeah, taking corners cleaner, making less mistakes.
Well, oh, and just as we say that,
Oh, that was a very bad one. Losing 60 meters, just like that.
yeah, Irv bumped in, Irv wall banged a little bit too aggressively and spun out as a result. But Shara crashes into one of the pillars. I'm not sure which one because I can't make heads or tails on where they're going due to that connection. But Irv's in the lead again. We're on the final lap of Mach 5.
Oh, what happened there?
But every time I'm like, hey, you know, it's pretty high if somebody messes up. But anyhow, Irv's making his way through the sweeping bend, and so is Shara, though 50 meters behind. Irv's playing it very safe. Lost control there briefly. Makes his way through the last 3 corners, and clinches the match at the very last, the most crucial very last moment. Well played by both of them, though.
Yeah, this could have gone either way, I think. There were definitely a few maps where one mistake would have made the difference.
Well, that was exciting.
Oh yeah, it was. Barely avoided the reverse sweep.
Yeah. There's a couple of mistakes there, but I have to admit I felt a bit of pressure.
Just a tiny bit.
Okay, so next up, Ballas and Jay Brand, and I assume it's going to be another win for Ballas.
Yeah.
Does look that way.
What a good match to start off with. If you ignore the Zipper versus J-Brand matchup, which didn't happen. But yeah, I shall update the standings.
Ballas does have another match later today though, so he does get to race.
Yes. Right.
Now we are off to Group D.
Well, It depends. If Shara, not Shara, Victor Starnander are up for it. Right. So. Shara is last in the Group B standings, but if Shara face any of either Jabron or Zipper ZB, they are probably looking at a free win, which will bring them up to third again, no doubt. Ballas is probably going to take the free win, so they will actually lead their group. Ballas in first place in Group B. That's a fault and a half.
No worries, I'll do something about that.
In fact, you are scheduled to race against them today.
Yeah.
In less than 2 hours.
Pity we don't have rooftop chairs.
I know, right?
So I'm guessing we're gonna have to wait 13 minutes.
Unless Andrew and Victor Star want to. Meanwhile, Shara drifting against Earth.
Drifting?
Yeah, like I even commented on it, doing some initial D moves due to their connection and whatnot. Right, I'm gonna update the standings, give Ballas the free win against Jabron, because Jabron. What is being punctual? What a radical and strange concept.
So shall I give the IP to Ender and Victor Star?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, someone's joining. Victor Star is here.
And Anders in the Revo voice chat, so he should be coming soon. And there he is.
Now
Right.
let's do the coin flip. Oh, yeah,
Are you doing it? Are you doing it, or shall I just keep doing it?
I'll do it.
Okay.
So we have tails.
So that means Victor Star picks the first track. Are y'all ready for the top 10 anime showdown?
Oh yeah.
Right. Which one did they pick?
Helios.
Okay. And off they go, both using the boost, but Andor gets the other lead there. Oh man, this is something we haven't seen in a while.
Oh no, Victor Star messes up.
That's such a huge mistake there. Crashes into the pillar, then crashes into one of the other pillars, and just loses so much time.
And knowing Ander, this might be it already. Because
Yeah.
I don't think Mando's messing up.
Now they can just chill and, race conservatively and all that stuff. I'm not sure what's going on with him and the walls, but he seems to have gotten away with it pretty well.
Oh, he
Oh,
made a
no.
mistake.
I guess the nerves are going to both of them then. And just like that, the race spun right up again. 20 meter gap, anything happened. As we are in the second lap of Helios. This time Victor Star did not crash any of the pillars there. In fact, he's catching up to Andra. Just a tiny bit there. Oh, what happened there? He spun out again. Andra making his way through the theater. Down the slopes. Towards the final section. And just like that, the final lap has begun. Well,
Ander with a commanding lead.
Andor gets to decide who wins or loses here. As I say that, he had a 70 meter lead and he messed up again, and now it's down to less than 30. It's once again anyone's race still.
Yeah, this does feel like the nerves are getting to them, even if this is. Oh, Victor messes up at the same spot.
Twice, 2 laps in a row. He messed up the same spot.
Was he wallbanging again?
Why would you wallbang in that section?
Yeah, I think I saw him doing that last time. Might be what caused it.
Yeah. Andor takes the first map of this series, but Victor Star has the pace to be quicker. They just they seem to be making a couple more mistakes. I'm not sure what it's down to, but he has 2 more opportunities to turn things around. Oh, whipping up the biohazard factor, we see.
Biohazard Factory, incredibly hard to be consistent on. So this might be a bit of a gamble.
And if you're facing Andor, this is the track you want to pick against them.
Oh yeah.
As we've seen in the RV chat, we have seen Andor express his grievances towards this track multiple times. It's not a myth. It's actually it's actually.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if Andor doesn't like this track. If you're Victor Star and you make mistakes all the time, then you're not going to win anyway.
Both making it the hardest part of the track without any major flaws. But Victor tries to go for the shortcut and doesn't get it, losing a lot of time.
Victor just drunk driving, half-assedly thinking, am I going to go for a shortcut? Am I not? Let's try it. Oh shit, I can't make it. Let's just drive normally.
It's incredibly hard to take that shortcut properly. I would not do it unless I am Zipper, who somehow manages to get it.
I mean, I practiced the shortcut a little bit. It's not too difficult. There's certainly a lot the elements that are in the reverse version which spin your car out because collision bugs aren't really a thing in the normal variant.
I have had no luck with that shortcut at all.
But both of them seem to be a bit uncomfortable in this track.
I
Which
mean,
means
I'm not getting a 56, which is a great lap. And no major mistakes from him yet.
Victor Star keeps trying to go for this shortcut, but he always messes up. Twice now he's messed the shortcut, which cost a lot of time between him and Andor. The gap now 70 meters, which could have been a little bit lower if he had just gone the normal way, which is what Andor's doing. Ander knows. Ander probably now knows that he doesn't have to risk going for the shortcut because his opponent can't really do it either.
I don't think he ever goes for the shortcut.
I'm sure if he had a tough opponent, he'd try to.
Maybe.
But Victor Star is seemingly catching up a little bit.
Oh,
and
Ander spinning out.
Ander spins out after the conveyor belt part. Ander, I think, was thinking about the shortcut, but decided not to.
But Victor does, and this time he gets it. And he makes up a significant amount of time. And it's not impossible for Ander to mess up in these last 3 corners.
Desperate times call for desperate measures. Will Ander
Even the
repeat
last
history?
hairpin he can flip over.
Yeah. Will
What he
repeat
takes
history?
is very safe.
Oh my god, the gap was so small once again.
Oh
that's
yeah.
2-0 for Ander.
Pretty close matches so far, despite the results in this one. Victor Star picks Matchable. I'm a bit disappointed, but you know.
These two don't even need to be asked if they're ready. They really want to do this.
That's what I like to see.
Victor are missing the boost.
Bloodthirsty races. Making their way through the conveyor belt, Victor Star teleports behind Andor after seemingly.
Nothing personnel, kid.
We already said that line yesterday.
Yeah,
We gotta
but
think of something else. But both are pretty much glued to each other in this first up Metro Vault. Both are getting all the sections pretty much perfectly. But as I said, that Andor seems to have lost a bit of speed there, and they are literally 0 meters apart. It's nuts.
yeah.
But Andor's still clinching onto that lead, but Victor Star could change that any moment, as long as they don't make a mistake themselves. Both going through the 90-degree turns, past the subway, through the escalators again into the storage section. Andor seems to have lost a bit of control there and is now behind Victor Star. Probably the first time in this race. Side by side again, the gap less than 3 meters. Or 5.
But despite messing up, Ander still right next to Victor Star. And he
Yeah.
takes the hairpin a bit better, so he makes up a few meters.
Victor Star needs to be ahead in this lap, and he needs to win to keep his chances alive and possibly bring it to Mach 5.
Neck and neck, this is down to the wire here.
Making their way through the storage area, through the subway again, through the slippery area.
And
Both.
the last difficult corner.
Oh,
And
oh
Victor
my
Star.
god! Less than 5 meters, he clinches a win against Andor.
This was crazy.
Yeah.
And that's 2-1.
I reckon Andor's going to pick Market 1.
Maybe, but I think he's very consistent on Ghost Town 1.
Now, we all know Hungarians love Supermarket 1. I've told you. They always pick Market 1.
Lots more opportunities to mess up on Market 1. So this is going to be interesting. I wonder what lines they're going to take, whether they'll risk it or whether they'll take it safe.
They're going to risk it. Every little bit of shortcuts and times help. And look at that. Both opting for the shortcut underneath the wooden planks, but Victor Star didn't execute it quite as well as Andor did. And as they make their way for the U-turns, the gap is now 20 meters.
Yeah, you can't take that drop from the side. Otherwise, oh. Yeah, you have to like take that corner full speed too to gain meters there too.
Well, that shortcut is really useful in the lower classes. Ooh, Andor clipped one of the boxes there.
I noticed none of them are using the wall to take that shortcut.
No, it's too risky. Like, you generally can resort to that in like B3L or time trials, but you really don't want to do that in a 1v1 tournament unless you are absolutely confident in your abilities.
Victor cuts Andor off, but Andor almost takes the lead back. Victor stays ahead though.
Make their way to the final lap. Make their way through the 2 ramps. Into the freezer section. Both make their way through the shortcut. Through the U-turns.
Andor lost a bit of time there, but not a loss, and he's right back on him, taking those U-turns a bit better. But Victor able to take the shortcut, while Andor chooses not to.
And
But
almost
so
was
that's
able to.
one. And man, what a match.
This is gonna go to game 5.
This might be a reverse sweep. And it's Kaddish Sprint.
Either way, we have two 5-map series in a row. Something we were dreaming of yesterday. It's actually happening now. And we get to see one of the best custom tracks made for the game, Kaddish Sprint. Both are very good on this track.
Oh yeah. But Andor, not as consistent on this track as he is on most tracks.
I mean, he likes the Molten Cavern, so it's if you get on Molten Caverns, you can be good here as well.
Both mess up that jump. Both probably took that one full speed, despite
Yeah.
it being so much safer to slow down a bit. But when every meter counts, that taking that full speed seems very tempting.
Yeah, you gotta take as many inches as you can. I mean, what? Anyhow, they are making their way through the tunnels. Ooh, what happened there? Victor Star seems to have flipped over.
I think he clipped the wall.
Was he too close to the wall?
I thought he was.
Rather than taking the shortcut at the last corner, I'm not sure what Andor did, but he seems to have lost a lot of time to Victor Star there, as the gap was seemingly half. Let's make their way down through the spiral. Gap 30 meters.
And 30 meters isn't a lot on this track. A lot of mistakes here are very costly. Not easy to replay yourself properly on this track in a lot of places.
Both made their way through that tricky section without too many issues, but Andor seemingly lost control and spun out there, giving Victor an opportunity to... Ooh, Andor seemingly crashed the wall there.
Still has the lead though.
But for how long? How many more mistakes can he get away with before Victor Star actually takes the
how
lead
about
away from him? Andor needs to... This is it for Andor. He has to pull in a monstrous lap. Both of them seemingly mess up there, I believe.
Yeah, but
Good.
Andor got off worse.
And once again, flipping over at one of the easier turns. And
Both of
Victor
them
into the third lap with a commanding lead, but as I said earlier, anything is still possible. Incredibly hard to be consistent on this. And just like that, Victor does seem to have lost 20 meters.
He needs to pull it together and try and not make too many mistakes. He can afford to slow down just that tiny bit. You don't need to go for some monstrous lines like Andor does. Through the tunnels again. Andor has seemingly gotten away rather incident-free.
We're in the
On the
last
map.
few corners. Not much else you can do here. And
Oh, he messed
Oh.
up all that, but it doesn't matter. He takes the win. He reverse sweeps Andor. Andor actually messed up at that last corner, and that's
what a
3-2.
series!
Well done to both. Unfortunately, like Andor couldn't maintain, couldn't get it together when it mattered. But that was still incredibly well played by both of them.
Yeah, both making more mistakes than you'd expect from them. You can tell, like, Nerf probably got to them, because it is like, this is it between like first and second place. And
It's a map 5 and all that. It's
yeah,
insane.
I was talking more about the series overall. I'm
Yeah.
expecting mistakes from Kadish from most people.
Almost everyone. Two extremely good back-to-back series from
Oh, yeah.
Shara facing Irv and Victor Star facing Andor. That was incredible by all four of them.
Absolutely.
I like how I'm talking about Irv in third person when he's literally right here in the call. Oh, he's muted. Anyway, I'm going to update the standings for the top 10 anime matchup. That was sick.
That could very well be the series of the tournament.
I mean, it's still playoffs.
Yeah, but like, even if this is the series of the tournament, this was so good, it would like not be disappointing.
No, I hope the people who are watching enjoyed the tournament so far. I'd say these two matches alone were better than literally everything yesterday. So,
Yeah.
man, what a match! That was
And
really
Zipper woke up.
right. We have Animsir in here facing Floxet. In 6 minutes. Where's Foxet? I can't actually see him. Is he online at all?
Yeah, he should be joining shortly.
Did you message him and whatnot?
Yeah, he replied, so we're
Oh, he's appearing offline.
just invisible.
Ah.
This is gonna be interesting. I don't know what to expect from Anonymzo. But man, that must have been heartbreaking for Amanda. He was like, if he hadn't gotten a bad landing, he would have taken that 3-0.
Easily. Even if it was a 3-0, that would have been like the closest 3-0 we've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
That was nuts.
The 3-0 between Anda and I was also really close. So I don't know if it's the closest one, but it was a really close one.
Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how today's matches have been going on so far. Despite the, 2 matches already not happening, but the 2 matches that did so far were probably the best we've ever seen this weekend.
Oh yeah.
I'll be back in a moment.
All right. Okay, seems like they're both here. And it's heads, so Anonymzor chooses.
I have returned.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
All right, Flux and Anonymza is here.
I'm looking at the schedule, and Andor is playing all of his matches today. Because this one against Flux, it isn't happening. So, and after that one, he must be exhausted.
All right, here we go.
At least Andor will have some easier matchups now. So
Yeah.
even though he lost to Victor Star, it was an extremely close loss, which shouldn't affect him too much. He'll always be able to rematch him, like in the next group stage if they're matched together.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think they will.
Seems like Anon took the long way.
Anyhow, Floxy versus Anonymza, two somewhat unknowns. Floxy seemingly is a lot more comfortable here than Anonymza. Anonymza just looks like it's not much practice, I suppose.
Yeah.
Also, seemingly teleporting. He is.
That was an unnecessary repro from Anonymza.
I can't say I've seen him very often in online races, so it might just be that he gets most of his practice from single-player races.
Yeah, but like. The transition from single player to 1v1 shouldn't be too detrimental, unlike the transitioning from single player to online 16-player races with power-ups, where you get shafted at every corner and every turn and every area and all that stuff.
True enough, so I think it does help you with your reflexes.
What help is connection, though. He seems to be time traveling around the map rather than driving on my end.
Yeah, I do see a bit of lag from him as well.
He seems fine now. Second map, he seems to have gotten it a little bit together, as the gap between him and Foxit is lessening. Or rather, not getting as wide as it was in the first lap. The question is, will Foxit be able to hold this together in the last lap? Or
He'd have to really throw this one.
Yeah, but this isn't like an Ander versus Victor Star matchup. Like, even the 100-meter lead could be thrown away.
Yeah.
Because these two players are more prone to mistakes than the ones we've just seen previously. And even the ones before that. The gap being roughly 200 meters, it's looking unlikely that Floxit will lose this first map.
Yeah, Floxit avoiding major mistakes.
Playing it very safe, because he knows he doesn't have to, like, push too much.
Yeah.
The only way you would want to push is if you want to make a statement or something. And it seems like Anonymzer has either left or disconnected. Either way, Floxit will take the win. Floxit wins.
Let's hope he lost connection and then like rage quit or something.
Oh, it would seem that on Discord he's now playing Half-Life, so it would seem that this was a rage quit.
Oh. Well,
I'll get in touch with him anyhow, because it always helps to make sure. Give it a couple minutes before we decide what to do. If he responds and says he disconnected, then we'll carry on. But if he doesn't respond within like,
oh, he's responding.
if he doesn't respond in time, well,
Alright. It does seem to have not been a rage quit. So that's a relief.
right.
Alright, Anonymzo is back. And he has the choice between Biohazard Factory and Museum 1, and we're in Museum 1.
I mean, he's probably more comfortable in Museum 1 because
I
it's a
think
stop track.
pretty much everyone's more comfortable in Museum 1.
Only Victor Star so far has been brave enough to whip out the Biohazard Factory.
Yeah, to be fair, in the previous 1v1 tournament, Victor Star did lose to Under on Museum 1. So maybe he didn't want to do that again.
Vietnam flashbacks. I'd say just start. Because they're not saying no. Anyhow, both similarly close in the first part of Museum 1. I'm not sure what Alan's tried to do there, but he seems to have teleported in front of Floxit. Oh my lord, what is that connection? As they make the way down the slope.
Both taking the jump fairly well.
I'm just gonna look up Floxit because I'm getting motion sickness from Anonymzer's time traveling capabilities. Floxit seems to have made a mistake there. But what happened? Is it just me, or is Anonymzer like taking the wrong way?
No, it's because he traveled so far at the same time he skipped like a node or two.
I think his connection is like genuinely terrible, and it's causing him to drop.
Oh, he's gone.
Yeah.
I have to admit, watching him is like watching Tony Hawk gameplay.
Tony Hawk's Pro Lagger 2018. Waiting for a response from Anonymous.
Maybe he should close Half-Life.
I'm willing to give his connection one more try.
Perhaps we should try P2P just in case.
Are you sure?
Yeah, and if one of them doesn't show up, I guess we'll have to switch back and hope for the best.
But that shouldn't really be a problem, because, like, it's not a case of, like, their connection is dropping. They cannot handle the connection. I don't think peer-to-peer would make much of a difference, but... Alright, we're going Molten Caverns.
So, 2-0 for Fluxet.
Yeah, a pretty uneventful series to balance out the action-packed ones of old.
Well, I don't know. Anonymous streaks were pretty exciting.
Especially the one where like grinds to the edge of the terrain and gains a massive combo.
Anonymza seems to have be somewhat fine now.
What about the
Never
360
mind.
What about the 360 skate flip trick onto the railings on Museum 1? Into the lobby you go. I mean, despite the mistakes, the gap in this race doesn't seem to be as bad as. What is that connection?
Yeah, it's going off again.
You can't even like cast this properly.
Yeah, goddamn Dio over here just being everywhere at the same time.
Zavardo.
Should have saved the Nothing personnel kit for this one. Oh man.
On the plus side, though, despite what the arrow and the radar is telling me, Anonymous is right on Fox's tail. As we are in the second lap. Animus seems to be more comfortable here.
Oh, I think he missed a node.
No,
No.
that was because he teleported too much.
Yeah, the same thing happened on Museum 1 before he skated out of the lobby.
Ah, yes.
Bring on Skate 4. I remember at E3, people constantly were spamming Skate 4 in the Twitch chat. And there was this trailer which involved actual skateboarding. People were like, oh my god, it's Skate 4! It turns out it wasn't. It was a game called Session. But, yeah, final lap of Molten Caverns. Fluxit has still a significant lead over Anonymta, but one mistake here could very much blow the door open for Anonymta to try and win this. There's a chance he could win this.
Yeah.
Let's just hope he doesn't disconnect beforehand.
Seems
Imagine if he was
I
about to cross the
know.
finish. Imagine if he was about to cross the finish line and then he disconnected, and Fluxit behind him takes the win.
Yeah, that'd be silly.
Fox making his way for the crystals and not crashing into any of them so far. Through the corner. I think he sort of touched one of them because of that lost bit of speed.
Yeah.
Adams, on the other hand, did crash into one of the crystals. Fox makes his way through the tunnels, through the bridge, falls off.
But-
Adams is a corner behind him, but it's not enough.
and he makes the same mistake.
Yeah, Flux is going to take this 3-0. Despite the disastrous last two races, this one was a lot closer. I think over time, despite all of his issues, Anonymta seemed to have raced a lot better. Which ain't half bad. I'm sure with a better connection, a bit more practice, he'd give Flux a run for his money.
Say, there's a Tron on Discord.
Yes.
Okay. He seems to show up as idle, but let's hope he's not actually AFK.
I wish I could type.
I would suggest this or the following session to try P2P and see if Anonymta does any better in terms of lag.
Oh yeah, when he next goes against someone,
Yeah, against Sander.
we can try. Yeah, we can try that. Which would actually be literally next up if Desert does not show up. Why would you sign up, be online, and not bother signing up for the tournament? I don't understand some of these people. So with that, Floxit is ahead of Victor Star in the standings. For now, obviously.
Oh, he's tapping. He's coming.
Oh, nice.
Seems like we actually have a group where everyone's attending.
No way.
After yesterday, I did not expect that one.
Yeah. Vic, did you send him the IP?
Yep.
Okay.
So we have heads, which means Deza will be the one to choose.
Nice. Oh, someone's joining. Whoever this person is who's joining, they are really taking their sweet time.
He asked what cars he's allowed to use.
Let me bring up the overview sheet. Come on. Love it.
Oh, looks like we're having ourselves
Thank
a
you.
splat race.
Oh boy.
I wasn't expecting this.
Well, it is Frisk. And I don't think Frisk is that unhappy about not having Drive Toyeka.
This is this is not what I expected today.
Okay, here we go.
We are doing the first. This is the first appearance of a non-Toyeka 1v1. Or even a different car being used in general. It's always been Toyeka. The first time we see something else than Toyeka. I was just hoping it. I didn't expect it to be this one.
I will AFK for 2 minutes, so I hope there won't be any issues with this
Alright.
race.
Right then. It's kind of hard to take this seriously when they're both driving these slow as balls cars. Very seemingly spinning out there at the what are they called?
This one did hit Frisk though, so they didn't make up any time.
No.
Oh, there's a not taking a turn properly and flipping over.
And when you're racing with Splat, any mistake just amplifies it because of the non-existent acceleration.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Chris made their way through the U-turn towards the jail cells, opting for the more unconventional one. Through the water section, the final U-turn, and completes the lap 70 meters ahead of Deza. Deza seemingly clipped the inside there in front of the water. The gap 100 meters before Deza even completes their first lap. Well, considering how mistake-prone both of them are, the race is still far from over, I think. This could very well still make... Considering this is Splat we're talking about, mistakes here are far more detrimental than mistakes with Toyeka. Because we're like, pro cars with Toyeka Hummer, you make a mistake, you can just quickly bounce back. Whereas with Splat, it's like slow motion. I think Deza was on the verge of closing the gap a little bit, but seems to have made a mistake there. First taking the long way around this time, I think. Makes their way for the water section, not clipping any part there. Seems to have gotten away without too many issues.
I am back.
Welcome back.
Frisk extending his lead to 150 meters in a Splat 1v1. I think it's safe to say the outcome wouldn't have been any different if they had driven Toyeka. Also, if they both picked Toyeka, the race would have been over by now.
Yeah.
So this is going to push the schedule back something chronic.
Let's hope this is a 3-0.
Nah, we're going to go to Game 5. Splat on Molten Caverns, Museum 1. Kaddish Sprint.
Oh man. Splat on Kaddish.
Splat on Molten Caverns, which is, I believe, the longest track in both track boards. Well, on this last lap, the gap didn't get too much worse, so Deza seems to be getting more comfortable. But that makes no difference as Frisk takes the first map. And now we'll get to see if Deza picked Biohazard Factory or Museum 1.
It'd be pretty funny if Biohazard Factory was... Oh god. Shouldn't have said anything.
You jinxed it! You bloody jinxed it! How could you? I can't believe you've done this.
Oh, I'm gonna assume Deza is ready.
Frisk also saying bit out of it, saying GR instead of ready.
And off we go to the slowest start of the century. Both drunk driving of one of the slowest accelerating cars in the game. Imagine if they had picked that slot, you'd imagine if Holiday Camp was in the track pool. Or frickin' Mines of Alderaan. It's probably the longest, like... one of the longest tracks to do a lap on. Frisk almost made his way through that jump without any incidents. Doesn't opt for the shortcut. Meanwhile, Deza's fumbling around, struggling to get a grip on things in this track. Deza seems to spun out again, while Frisk is just casually strolling along with a literal Sunday drive. Get it? Because it's Sunday.
Hey.
Onwards to the second lap, and I'm not sure what's happened there. Deza's underneath the terrain. Okay, not anymore. The gap, 150 meters. And we're not even. We only just entered the second lap. That makes me think: has anyone ever lapped someone in a 1v1? Has ever
I
happened?
don't. Well, at least not that.
Don't think it happened. So we did have tracks like Eggland before, haven't we?
Yeah, I mean like for 1v1 tournaments. He doesn't seem to have gotten that tricky section better than Frisk, and now just to close out the gap. Down to almost 100 meters. Doesn't gain 50 meters in that second lap so far. If they can get it together and keep up this consistency, while Frisk continuously makes mistakes, could still turn this around. You never know.
Yeah, but there's a need for mistakes.
Oh,
Needs to
clipping
avoid
the
mistakes
inside.
themselves. Yeah, taking that. Oh, what?
I'm not sure what he's doing there.
Oh, he missed a node.
Oh no!
Took
That's-
that.
That is too. He cut the inside. He cut it too deep. That's absolutely brutal. You cannot
Oh.
do that. I'm just glad nobody's. How? Yeah. I'm just glad nobody's run into that issue on Overground. Because despite all the measures I've taken, people can theoretically still miss a node. But like, you'd have to be really cutting in deep to be able to do that.
And now
Um,
Frisk with a 400-meter lead.
Splat.
Yeah.
So at the end of this tournament, only Frisk could say, "Hey, but did you guys get a 400-meter lead with Splat?" Dr. Pepper would be proud. Shout out to Dr. Pepper, the best Splat player in the server. He also specializes in Rotor, Cougar, and frickin' Patriot of all things.
Shout out to Dr. Pepper D, king of Elmonton points.
Elmington points. Dr. Pepper D. I love it.
Not gonna say anything now.
Multi-cowards!
Which is good. Oh yeah.
That might be a smart idea.
Looks like both are going to change their cards accordingly. There's a
Hopefully to something faster.
Fat Slug.
Fat Slug, Molten Caverns. We
Okay.
might be here a while. Desert taking the reverse sweep. At least it's not Molten Cavern.
Oh, yeah. For a second, I thought that Frisk was going to switch to like RC San or something. Right. Probably the first 1v1 involving advanced cars rather than pro cars. Doesn't make it any less legitimate. So at the end of the day, the principles are still the same. Be faster and make less mistakes. Lol, forehead. Frisk at the start pulls away, takes the right line, clicking the inside of that first corner, while Desert takes the long round. Both seemingly messing up at the escalator somewhere along the line.
But Desert a lot worse. And Desert not stopping at messing up. Oh, I don't think Desert has any control over this car.
Has he done any practice? His next match is in like. His next match is scheduled. The next match is scheduled in 11 minutes. We're actually like a couple minutes over the schedule for the first time. So they'll probably want to put in a little bit of practice because they are facing Flockset. So their time isn't going to be any easier. And then, after that, they're facing Andor. If you've got a 400-meter gap with Spotless class, can't say how much worse it'll be with Andor. It's the equivalent of a heavyweight champion having a boxing match with some really thin dude.
This is CM Punk versus Mickey Gall.
You see, I like wrestling. Actually, I don't like wrestling because wrestling with my insecurities is never fun. You heard of that wrestler?
Which one?
The wrestler called My Insecurities?
No.
That was a horrible pun. Or joke, rather. I don't know. It beats just having silence as we watch the gap widen between Des and Frisk. In fact, Frisk is about to, like, win?
I want to say something about this, but I can't find anything to say.
You expect nothing and you're still disappointed.
Well, maybe. Meanwhile, I'm gonna give a shout out to unnecessary backflips in wrestling. Always lovely. Not a joke, I love those.
I was hoping, like, they'd both switch to Fat Slug and it would go to Game 5.
Yes,
What
that would have been the dream.
More like a freaking nightmare. Well then, that was a thing.
It definitely happened.
Yes.
Oh, I got terminated. Just in time. Just to top it off.
Whoops.
But I'm back in. Ah, so it looks like everyone got terminated.
Yeah,
I
fix.
restarted.
Oh,
Okay, so starting the room. Right, and with that, Frisk and Fox are tied in first place in Group D, with Victor Star in third. This is not representative of the final standings, as Andor is in fourth place, which I'd be very concerned about if that were actually still. I see crack. Nice.
Okay, let's do the coin flip.
Did you launch with peer-to-peer?
Yep.
Okay.
oh, that's why you restarted, right? Oh, right. You said you were gonna do that.
Okay, so we have tails, which means cheers again.
Anonyms picks the first track. I like you just gave up on trying to say his name. What? Pick a track, my dude.
Okay.
And ready, not once, but twice.
Let's see if Anon actually shows up.
Well, I can see both. I can see both of them moving. I can see both of them moving. Nice.
Okay. No lag so far. Okay.
You
That
jinxed
was-
it. You bloody jinxed it again. Right, and under very effortlessly pulling away from Marion's start first start. We're not even 20 seconds in, the gap is 50 meters. And considering from the performance we've seen from Under and Victor Star, that's only gonna get even bigger.
Good thing that Anonymous isn't anywhere near Under, because Under is very much not a fan of lag.
I mean, who is?
I have to
Yeah.
admit the lag seems a bit better now. Okay, never mind. I jinxed it again.
Also, if Under's not a fan of lag, think of lag.
That-
I thought Anonymous are disconnected because I just saw him like. Oh, yeah. I think it's not to do with like as I said. I don't think it's to do with peer-to-peer or like server client. I think it's his connection as a whole. It's really bad.
and he's gone.
Yeah, that's what I knew as well. Did this happen every single race for Anon?
Yes.
Well, he made it to the finish in Molten Cavern.
Oh, yeah.
So basically, his finish rate is 25%. So one out of 4 times he's finished a race. The other 3 times he always disconnected. Yeah, this is pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, he's back.
Ooh, Ander made it on top of the stairs. Well done.
What is the procedure when one does not pick a track?
He deceived again.
Oh boy, this is really bad. I might just give Ander the free win here because this is like pulling teeth.
I mean,
Don't join an online tournament if your connection's horrible.
in 2 minutes we're supposed to have Deza versus Fluxit.
All right, we're going museum. Let's do it
Okay.
anyway. Right. Right, Museum 1. First impression. Items are doing a little bit better than he did against, was it Foxit? On Museum 1 so far? The gap only like 30 meters here.
Yep.
Time traveled towards the corner, using his psychic powers. Crashes into the relic statue there. Makes his way for the chicanes. Through the ramp without too many issues. But generally, his pace seems to be a lot better than from what we've seen against Foxit.
Yes, but no
He
chance against Ander.
Yeah, there's no chance whatsoever.
Well, at least Anonymza is revolutionizing the debate between keyboard and controller.
Wait, is Anonymous using the
Driving
controller?
with the mind.
Oh, right, yeah. Mind control. It looks like Andom made something we don't see often. Called a mistake. And it makes his way for chicanes effortlessly. Yeah, I see what you're trying to do there, Ando. You're too lazy to take the ramp, so you just reposition instead underneath. The big question is, will Anims be able to finish the race?
Oh, he's close. He might.
So close. Yeah, but he was on the last lap of Jailhouse Rock his first ever race when he disconnected.
That's true.
And we were like, oh, he's playing Half-Life. He must have, like, given up.
Ander sliding out at the drop. Only 50
Yeah.
meters between them. Which is a lot closer than I expected. Well, 60 now, but...
Yeah. Even if Ando's not really trying too hard, you know,
Yeah.
that's still a very small gap compared to what we expected.
Oh, hang on. Is Anon still moving your end? Because I see he's not on the stream.
He's still moving on our end.
Oh,
At least on mine.
see, this is why I don't like peer-to-peer. If the stream doesn't show moving, then what's the point? We have to go no pit again. Can't debate again.
All right, should I go back now?
Yes.
Oh wait, we still have one more race, I guess.
I know, but we still need to restart. We can't have the stream not seeing the one participant not moving. Turn on the
Okay,
rooms
it's up.
I'm glad you pointed it out, Alex. Hollywood Hogan.
Oh, why the hell am I?
I know you want to. I know you're ready to go, Vic, but it's not your time yet. Right, let's go. I'm taking the right line through the first corner. Guess the early lead on Imsu here.
Oh,
Ooh, he messed up the escalators. And here we find Alan Imsu finding himself in an unusual situation, being in the lead.
And not with the best of luck with the landings on this track. And Ander cuts in front of Anonymza.
I personally don't have too many issues with this track. There's only one car where I had collision issues.
Yeah.
Critocerix.
PHV1.
Critocerix in that jump into the storage area is a bloody nightmare. Because it just bounces around after landing. It's really bad. It's like pulling teeth. At least that doesn't happen with Toyota. IAMs are using the powers of time travel and mind control to traverse their way around the subway station into the storage area. The gap being 100 meters, IAMs needs to increase their psychic capabilities to try and catch up. And then Anonymous meet briefly, 170 meters apart. I think Ander lost control there a second on the escalator part again.
Ander taking a very risky route there. And what was that? I don't know.
That's the line someone takes when they just don't really care too much because they're like 150 meters ahead. But yeah, that's going to be a 3-0 series for Ander to the surprise of everyone.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe Ander spun out. I was doing warm-up with him today, and he had some pretty silly landings on this track today too.
But if only he's having the problems, then maybe he's the problem. It's like, I didn't hear about this from anyone else. And everyone's raced this track like tons of times. Sure.
Yeah. Maybe he's just really unlucky.
Yeah. Yeah, Anonyms, despite the connection issues and whatnot, they seem to be pretty decent after seemingly warming up. Because when we first saw them, they were struggling, making mistakes, but now they seem to have warmed up a little, and they could even keep. They were even able to like keep Ander honest for like a couple moments.
Yep.
So if I was Anonyms, I wouldn't be too disappointed.
If
Honestly.
Anonymza can take Deza and Frisk, they might still make it.
Yeah, but then they still have to face Victor Star.
That's true, but like, I didn't even like count that one because I think that's like the under race.
Interesting thing I noticed: Anonymous likes to rejoin after I make him a spectator.
Yeah, well, I don't think he understands how things work. It's alright, I suppose.
So we have heads, which means that Deza will choose instead of Floxit. Hopefully he'll be here within 6 minutes.
I wonder what cars Deza gonna choose.
They seem to be offline. I'll give it 6 minutes before I give Flux to the free one if doesn't show up. And then after that, we're going to head back to Group B with Shara facing Zipper ZB and then Ballas facing Irv. Well, in the meantime, I'll be back shortly, if that's all right.
Okay.
I'll be back before, like, I'll be back in 5 minutes.
They're cutting it close. But they did say something in IOLA talk, so let's hope they make it.
Okay, Deza versus Floxit. Seems like Deza prefers going with AMW this time. And he takes a long way.
Yep, there's a very significant disadvantage picking AMW against the Toyota.
Yeah, I would add that Floxit also has quite a bit more experience. Probably.
I just came back. This is actually happening.
Yeah,
Holy moly. That's... AMW? Okay.
having some problems with the tables.
Seemed really quick to give up as well, because he's thinking there's the Tokyo Sweet Thunder trying to like reposition.
Yeah, I imagine he's not very happy whenever he messes up.
It's human nature. Granted, I too can get rather frustrated when I make mistakes and all that, but as time goes on, you generally make less of it. You can't expect to like be perfect right off the bat. That goes for life in general. You're not going to learn if you make mistakes.
Almost 300 meters from the first lap. We'd be
Floxit.
on pace to beat the 700 meters that have been previously done.
Floxit putting on his under impression right now.
Yeah. But they're starting to take corners. Well... Oh. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything.
It's interesting that he chose Jailhouse Rock, which is a fairly difficult track, whereas Helios would have given him some kind of advantage with AMW. At least in comparison.
I'll be honest, he probably just didn't know.
True enough.
I generally find the tube tracks similarly as easy because they both flow extremely well when you know what you're doing.
Yeah, but I think Jailhouse Rock is a bit harder to get to know.
That is true.
There's also the fact that you can do a lot more wall banging in Helios, which is something AMW excels at.
Alright, we got a 600 meter lead, but no more.
Vic, you know when you said excels at, you know what I thought of?
What?
Take a guess. Which
I can't.
magnificent car excels at?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Still looks cool. Stay standard. Props for Deza finishing the race despite the huge gap.
There's gonna change car. Let's see what they change it to. You can't do this to me.
Museum, he said, right?
Yeah. If the gap is worse than in Jailhouse, I will have to ask him to switch.
Yep.
Because like we're behind schedule because Deza can't get there. Deza has been late for both their races, and on top of that, they're picking these slow as balls vehicles. Like, come on, be a bit more respect. Floxit, on the other hand, having the prospect of two potentially very easy wins, or rather a second one.
Yeah, and the matches he's missing are against Ander and Victor Star, so
Yeah, he'll generally want to win those. And then obviously the matchup against Frisk, which could go either way.
yeah.
I feel like that's gonna determine who will make it to, which of them will make it to the second group stage.
Yep.
Because Anna and Victor Star are guaranteed because of how good they are. But Fox and Frisk, that's a matchup that's going to be absolutely crucial for both of them.
Well, the lead Floxit gained in the first lap seems to be about the same.
I mean, if you are more comfortable with a slower car, and if you can be more consistent, then if you were forced to race a pro car, then I suppose it's okay. Because the gap isn't as bad as it was in Jailhouse. It's still really bad, but it's not as bad as it was in Jailhouse. Because in Jailhouse it was like, what, 500 meters or something? Something like that?
It ended up being 600.
Yeah. Now, what you could do here is edit in music. When you're watching Foxit, it plays really fast power metal, and then when you switch to Desert, it plays smooth jazz. You know, elevator music. Floxit was on the verge of lapping Desert there.
Yeah. Well, almost 600 meters again.
To be honest, considering the context and watching Deza, instead of smooth jazz, I would rather imagine the Green Hill Zone cover.
Yes!
He's choosing caverns.
Well, there's definitely gonna be a new record for longest lead in a 1v1 tournament now.
Do you still wish to?
Nah, let's just get over with. Honestly.
Well, he asked me to wait.
Yeah. Oh, we are 9 minutes over schedule. But can we wait? Right, let's go.
Well, I think I'll go make some tea. Be right back.
Oh, Fox! It seems to have
Deva in the
stake.
lead. Can
And
Deva keep it? No. Obviously not.
I need to look at the VOD and take a screenshot of Desert being ahead.
Well, if Floxit messes up at every opportunity he has, Deza might have a chance.
Oh boy. The gap not quite as big as it was in earlier maps, but we're only halfway through Molten Caverns.
Yeah.
Fuck, it seems to have crashed into one of those crystals there. Floxit's been turning up today. He's been pretty consistent. Like, this is probably the first time I've seen him make more than like 2 or 3 mistakes in a race.
Yeah.
Add to the fact that I don't think we've seen him on Molten Caverns today. Oh wait, we have. So, considering the battle for third place is legitimate in this group, who do you think would take it, Frisk or Foxit?
I think Floxit, because Floxit is gonna choose Toyeka and is not gonna be like settle for anything else. Because he did say that's the only car he's practiced with.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Because I've actually never seen Frisk drive Toyeka before.
Yeah. And if Frisk wants to throw away a chance at the second group stage, don't pick Toyota then. But like, if he drives Kuga, then it could still be a pretty close matchup. I would say. No matter how many mistakes Fox it makes here in Molten Caverns, he's going to recover quicker and be a lot faster than Desert in literally every way. It's a shame. It's a shame Desert isn't taking it as seriously as the others.
Yeah.
If you're signing up for 1v1 tournament, which involves a prize pool, no matter how small it is, you want to generally try your best. See how well you do at your very best against other people who also do their very best. Not be like, I'm not going to try hard. I'm just going to be afraid to try hard and just pick one of the slowest cars in the game. It's the equivalent of like going Torbjorn in a competitive match in Overwatch on attack. But then again, seeing the mistakes he makes, I'm not surprised he picks the slower car though, because he'd be making a lot more mistakes if he drove a fast car, as we've seen when he drove BMW.
Yeah. Barely making it over 700 meters, so my record is still alive.
Oh, it's still going on.
Yeah.
Well, Fox is already finished. This has only just entered the caves.
Still got 400 meters to go.
Imagine every meter he was closer to the finish line, that's how much slower time would pass. Oh my god, that was...
Well, that is certainly a thing that happened.
3-0 to Floxit.
Now we're finally getting to see Zipper, who took a nap and missed his first match.
Which wasn't too detrimental because his opponent also didn't show up, so it was a 2-2
Yeah.
draw.
So it could have been worse.
Yeah, imagine if they faced someone like Ballas. Ballas would be like, yeah, I got free win!
I love it when things go so fast.
So, the opposite of Splat then.
Pretty much.
Right, and off they go. Char versus Zipper ZB is on. Zipper getting the early advantage here in Total Mayhem. I was absolutely mesmerized by Char's drifting skills here.
Yep.
Shara seemingly keeping Zipper honest, not making too many mistakes.
Yep.
This is not the same Shara we used to seeing a year before.
But even if Shara does take the lead, keeping the lead against Zipper is pretty hard because he's such an aggressive driver.
Yeah, but Zipper has met his match with someone with an aggressive connection.
Yeah, that's also true.
So Shara can consistently pressure Zipper into a mistake with the position they're in. And there's an art style to every method of a 1v1. You can be the one who stays ahead. You can be the one who stays right on their tail to force them into a mistake. There are many ways of approaching one. But Shara is probably mostly thinking about, damn, how do I close the gap and one against Zipper? Which unfortunately won't happen unless Zipper messes up this last corner. He won't, and that's going to be a very close but uneventful race.
141 is a really good time.
Yeah.
Zipper making 0 mistakes.
Neither one made any mistakes. The race was extremely close, and neither of them made a mistake, which is actually, really really respectable from both of them.
Yeah.
Because that's not something we've seen so far this term, where both don't really make mistakes. It's just the one's stats slightly faster.
Yep.
Onwards to Toy Soldiers. We'll have to see how Zipper fares on this one.
Oh, he got a boost.
Shara on Zipper's tail. Can Shara force him out of the way with that aggressive connection? How does Zipper hold his own? Yeah, it looks like Shara lost control there. Similarly, Zipper blocking the way with his aggressive style. Making their way through the ramps above. It seems like Zipper didn't make a mistake there. Through this back straight. The gap a little bit higher than usual. Shara sliding their way through the containers, similarly spun out afterwards and lost a bit of time to Zipper with a 40-meter lead. Makes his way through the chicane, the crossroads, into the garage area. Is it a garage area? I'm not sure. But anyhow, Zipper is just on fire, not making too many mistakes while Shara's fumbling, meeting Zipper halfway across with a 70-meter disadvantage.
Oh, Zipper does make a mistake, but... Oh.
That's 2 mistakes.
Yep.
Shara can do something. This is something Shara can work with, unless Shara themselves make mistakes as well, and nullifies that advantage they once had. But yeah, as it turns out, the Zipper can make mistakes. Is probably his first mistake of this whole set.
To be fair, everyone fucks up the container jump sometimes.
We are streaming. No swearing in this Christian stream.
Oh, right. Okay.
What the grilled cheese did you just say about?
What in grilled cheese did you say about me, you little cactus? Potentially the final map of this set. On Sakura, Zipper ZB gets the boost and gains an early lead at the start. Shara close behind him, keeping him honest in this first section, but crashes into one of the pillars and loses roughly 20 meters to Zipper. Zipper make his way for the shortcut, and so is Shara sliding across. I wonder how many drift points Shara's gotten. Maybe they got a multiplier as well.
Turns out Shara actually wins by score.
Shara actually the protagonist of Initial D. This matchup, despite being very one-sided, is a lot closer than what I initially thought it would have been.
Yeah, and it's not because Zipper is driving bad, it's because Shara is driving good. Which is
Yeah.
very nice to see.
And also, Zipper made a mistake there, had to reposition. And so now the gap is 30 meters, give or take. It's still not over yet for Shara. All it takes is for one little mistake from Zipper, and Shara could possibly take this turn after all. And keep their chances alive of a possible reverse sweep. But they have to try really hard. I'd appreciate if people did not talk during the races. That's really rude and breaks the player's concentration. Just throwing it out there. Anyhow, Zipper seemingly pulled a bit away from Shara, the gap having doubled since the last time they were here. All Zipper needs to do is just take it easy and bring it home for a female series. You can tell he slowed down a little bit.
Yeah, he had to there, or else he would have messed up.
Yeah,
But the last few corners, and it seems that Zipper takes it.
it's a 3-0, but it was very well played by Shara. Shara's always kept them honest. Probably the best 3-0 we've seen. Because it didn't involve disconnections or any of that nonsense.
Do the coin flip for me, please.
Sure. Right, next up is Ballas facing Irv. Ballas' debut in the tournament. This is going to be something.
Yep.
And off they go. The top 10 anime showdown between Irv and Ballas. Ballas against the other lead. Victor close on his tail, but manages to push ahead just that tiny bit after the piano section. Simply lost control then gave away the lead to Ballas briefly. This is very close in first line. Side by side as they enter the last corner. Irv gets the better line, but Ballas gets more speed and manages to pull ahead at the beginning of the second lap.
Only a few meters distance, neck and neck.
This is like the last time, this is like Shara versus Zipper. You just change names around. Pretty much.
Five meters difference as we head into the last lap. Ballas misses up a bit, and can Irv capitalize?
Ooh.
Yes, he can because Ballas hit the wall and spun out.
What rhymes with wall? Basketball. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to it because I was still updating the standings from the last match. But yeah, Ballas clipped the wall a little bit too. Stood a little bit too early, clipped the wall, and then fell off that bridge, which pretty much sealed the deal, and allowed Irv to take the first map.
Yep, no major mistakes from Earth.
That was really
Pretty
good
clean.
for them. Really good race. Ballas picks Toy Soldiers.
Both getting the boost.
Yep. Irv with the initial lead, but Ballas pushes himself ahead.
Yep. Squeezes right in there. But
Ballas cut
Ballas getting pushed out too.
He cut the one of the corners, which caused him to fumble around a little bit, but didn't cost too much as he's still right behind Irv.
Yep.
Ooh, both Irv and Ballas didn't take that correctly, and they had to resort to going for the road with the bumps, which is a lot slower than going through the sidewalk.
Both taking the container jump pretty well.
Yeah. But will they take the container jump well in this lap and the next one? Oh, Ballas turned a bit too early and clipped into the gate. But Vic also lost a bit of speed there in the jumps there. Ballas reversing. Similarly lost control again. And manages to regain control and carry on. Vic just needs to play this safely, not make too many mistakes, and can get it home to two wins.
Yeah, if Ballas doesn't make up, doesn't mess up, it can still come down to the last container jump.
Yeah. Ballas needs to put in a monstrous lap and force Irv into a mistake. It can still happen. But Ballas clips the inside again. He seems to be very impatient with how he handles corners. And just like that, he lost like 20 meters. And with the gap being 80 meters when Irv crosses the line and finishes the race and wins it. Ballas has one last chance to keep his hopes alive.
Yep. Ballas taking the container jump decently 3 out of 3 times, but he messes up a lot in other areas, so
Yeah.
it didn't end up mattering.
And off we go. Ballas inching ahead of Irv in his first corner, clips the inside once again. He seems to... That seems to be a habit of his. He clips the insides of the corners a bit too much.
Yeah, risking too much, taking on too tight.
He needs to ease it a bit and be a bit impatient. I'd rather take a corner a little bit too slower than be too aggressive and make mistakes. I don't...
Oh, Ballas messing up so badly.
I think it's over for Ballas.
Probably.
At least Irv can relax a little bit. Irv looking pretty strong in this group, looking to pick up his second win in the group with a 3-2 in an intense game 5 against Shara, and what looks to be a pretty convincing 3-0 Ballas. But Ballas can still turn this around. Not against Irv, of course, but he still has other opponents to face.
Yeah, and Ballas isn't a bad driver.
He's just very much influenced by how he feels. Oh,
Yeah, very emotional.
Irv crashed into one of the gates. Oh no! He lost so much.
Oh,
Oh my god! It's not over
that's
yet.
a bad one. But the
He's-
lead is still significant.
Yeah, but we're only 2 laps in. If this was like the 3rd lap, I'd be like, yeah, you know, who cares? But Irv made another mistake. Ballas obviously made a mistake as well, but it's neither here nor there. The gap was 120 to 150 meters. It's less than a third of that now. It's not over for Ballas yet. If he wins this race, that'll be a roller coaster for him, I bet.
Yeah, that would be a comeback.
Top 10 anime comebacks. That's how I describe the Andor facing Victor Star.
Oh yeah.
Star was about to be 3-0'd, then he just anime comeback and reverse swept him. Oh, once again, too impatient with the corners and clips the inside of the wall. He was catching up to him as well. That's gonna be it, I think.
Yeah. Earth has enough of a lead that where he can take these corners very safe.
See, if Irv was a spot right now, with a 50-meter lead, he'd still finish first.
Yeah.
And it seems Ballas is... not sure what happened, but he was so close to winning all 3 matches, but in the end, like, he didn't really... He couldn't whip out the consistency when it mattered. He always... he was consistently clipping the inside of the walls. He has the pace to beat Earth, but not the consistency.
Yeah, taking too many risks.
Anyway, that was well played by both of them. He already left.
Yep.
Next up is Jibrin versus Shara.
Jabron not here.
Yeah.
Still no reply from him, so I guess so.
After that, we are done with Group B for today. So we are pretty much done with Group B. And in Group D, there are still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches left to do. And with that, Irv makes it to the top of Group B. Shara will receive the free win against Jabron.
And here we go, Frisk and Saint Victor Star. Oh, pardon me, Victor Star.
Saint Victor Star, Victor.
Yeah, I always say it that way in my head as well.
It's a bad habit.
Saint Victor. I honestly wonder, is there a Saint Victor?
Probably. Victor isn't exactly an uncommon name.
Yeah, there is one.
ST Victor, a tug service in Australia from 1951 to 1985. Ooh.
Victor sliding out and Frisk keeping it competitive.
Yeah, it's Victor Star having the pace, but balancing it out with all these mistakes, keeping Frisk's chances alive. Both Frisk and Foxit showing up rather consistently as they make their way to the last lap. The gap is still it still swings in either person's way. The race isn't over. All it takes is for Victor Star to wake up, either than to make a mistake for the race to be sealed. And just like that, Frisk messes up and the gap doubles. Question is, can Victor capitalize on this and take it easy, or will he make mistakes of his own and throw away the lead he has? From the looks of things, after making it through all the tricky sections, it's not going to happen. I'm going to take this. Oh!
Oh, that's a bad mess up, but it's not enough for Frisk to catch up.
He's got plenty of room for error to be able to get away with that, so that's a win for Victor Star, but a lot closer than what we expected. Ooh, Frisk picking Biohazard.
Biohazard, always a gamble, but Victor might be probably a lot better on Museum 1.
Frisk with an early lead at the start. Lost a bit of control there, but it's still neck and neck, side by side, right on Victor's tail. As they make their way to the containers towards the escalators. Frisk takes the line which speeds him up, while Victor Star takes the more conservative, safer line, which involves slowing down a bit. Frisk is taking the shortcut.
Both
And
of them
so-
are.
Yeah, both of them are. Frisk
But
is
Victor
actually...
Ooh. Frisk hits the extruding thingy.
Yeah. I think this is probably the first time we're seeing Frisk actually, like, trying. You know, we're seeing his final form. Top 10 anime transformations.
Still, it's still very much open. Biohazard, a very nasty track to do consistently.
In fact, Victor did the escalator part a lot slower than Frisk did last time. Frisk is getting caught up by some of those pipes, unfortunately.
Yep.
And he also didn't quite approach that shortcut as well either.
Meanwhile, Victor are nailing both the drop and the shortcut, gaining a significant lead.
Yeah, the gap went from like 30 meters to like 90. Man. Making the way uphill. Frisk is still trying, despite the massive gap between the two. Okay, well, Victor Star opting for the shortcut despite the massive gap. Probably there to make a statement.
Probably just what he's used to.
Or that. I have to switch to push to talking again, feels bad. And Victor takes the win with a massive gap. Or was it? Where's my radar bug?
Yeah, I think your rail's bugged. Mine is as well.
Okay. Risk picks Metro.
Victor started getting a 252 on Biohazard. I was grinding out that track with Under a lot, and 252 was my record from a lot of races, so that's pretty impressive. Oh,
I'm
Frisk.
deeply impressed. Victor Star gains the early lead on Metro Vault. Frisk making a couple mistakes means the gap is now 50 meters, and we're not even half a minute into the race. But there are plenty of opportunities to make mistakes, but Victor Star doesn't seem that way inclined. Seems to have warmed up after the first race. And especially the second one. The two meet. Frisk pushing up to Victor Star.
Oh,
Oh,
Victor messing up bad. Now he needs to turn as well. And so his lead has halved, and he messes up
Oh my
again,
God!
and Frisk takes the lead.
that was a massive throw by Victor Star.
Big blunder.
He had a 70-meter lead there, and he messed it up so much.
Oh,
Frisk
and he's
gained
getting
20
a
meters.
bad drop.
Oh, what's happened? Frisk can keep this together. He can keep these hopes alive for another map. This is interesting. This is like when 607 almost beat Vladman yesterday on this racing track.
Yep.
Frisk making his way down the escalator through the subway. Seems like Victor Star is putting in a monstrous effort trying to catch up with his
Yep.
monstrous pace. He does seem to be catching up with
Frisk,
Frisk.
keep us cool.
He just needs to keep it together. Not mess up. He can.
Taking this very safe.
Yeah, that's it. He's gonna win.
Yeah.
There's literally no way to mess this up now. That's a win for Frisk. Victor Star whipping out the Supermarket 1. He's not going to hold anything back on that one. If he can beat Under on this track, he can beat Frisk. No problem. But you know, if I was Frisk, I'd be pretty pleased with myself having beat them in Metro Vault.
Oh yeah. Taking them out of victory is no small feat.
Well, at least for me.
I mean, like someone on a level of Frisk who is like a tier below him.
Yeah. Yeah, Frisk isn't utilising any of the shortcuts or the optimal lines, so Victor Star is pulling away not because of Frisk's mistakes, but because he's just that much quicker because of what he knows, his knowledge, his pace.
Not taking that too optimally, but he gets through.
Yeah. Victor Star seems to be in a hurry to close this out. Or doesn't want to, It's to pad out those stats in the group stage. I'm pretty sure taking that map off of Victor will be very beneficial for Frisk. For the group standings.
Yeah, the race for third is gonna be pretty tight, and every map can count. But very impressive showing by Victor, always taking the risky lines and making no mistakes.
What time is the 142? Is that like a super gold time?
142, let me check. 142 is Super God.
Oh, so it was a god time then.
No, it's the Super God time.
No, 142.061. Must be underneath 142, right?
No, I mean he did get a Super God. I mean a 143 is the Super God cutoff.
Oh, oh then. Uh, if this is his record, I'd suggest he take a screenshot of it and post it to RBR because it technically counts. Well done.
Let me actually check what the record is. Oh, that wasn't the record. His record is it's a 141.
So,
Next up, we'll have Andor facing Detta.
we seem to be back on schedule, right?
Yeah, we're 10 minutes ahead of schedule now. And with that, Andor has overtaken Frisk in the standings, having one more map win. Vic, just to double check, can you actually edit the Excel sheet?
Let me check that.
I think I tried as well, and it seems fine. But hang on a sec.
Nope, can't edit.
Seems like I can, yeah.
Oh god, did you guys see that? I just punched my microphone.
Here we go, with Deza finally peeking Toyeka.
Only took 2 matches to figure that out.
Well, it wasn't on his own accord. Amber insisted on it.
Right then. I finally updated the standings.
Deza already doing a lot better than they did with Splat.
Yeah. And they're just casually pulling away. Absolutely no pressure whatsoever.
Getting a 50.6 on the first lap.
And that's nutty.
Yeah, he's not pulling any punches. No matter who he's going against.
The gap might be 200 meters, but it was certainly a lot worse when they were driving AMW or Splat.
Yeah. It was 400 meters at the end of the second lap. But this time it just seems to be 300, which is an improvement. And against a way better opponent as well.
Yeah. Granted, they're making mistakes left, right, and center, but like, oh, the gap is about 400 meters. And they haven't even finished the second lap.
Yeah, to be fair, they made the mistakes left, right, and center with Splat as well.
To be fair, you have to high IQ to understand Toyeka. The handling is extremely subtle and they always go over his head. $50.4. Watch there's a B3L for like classic tracks or something that were in like a seasonal setting. By seasonal, I mean like every season the rotation would change. Like a handful of stocks, handful of custom tracks. And, yeah, just upload B3L times of those. You know, include some of the classics into the mix. I'm sure there's some interest in it anyway. Because you could put in a monstrous 3-lap race on like Jailhouse. That doesn't mean anything because it's not 4 laps and B3L doesn't include custom tracks. So. Anyhow, Deza manages to finish the race despite all of their misfortunes and lack of experience. They picked Museum 1 for the second track. Right. Honda once again just speeding ahead. They already meet like first lap in gap already 100 meters. I wonder if Honda's gonna try and like go for a lap. By that I mean, they're gonna try and push to try and lap him if that's even possible.
Well, he might. Desert having some big problems on the
Yeah,
last three corners.
he hasn't even finished the first lap, and Anders going to actually lap him. That's
Yeah,
insane.
almost 400 meters. And it's just the first one.
If that doesn't crush morale, I don't know what will. This is like Thanos going up against a little child.
Yep, and it looks like Desert doesn't feel so good.
I mean, you say that, but after that disastrous first lap, has been sort of maintaining the gap.
That's true.
But there is a silver lining. There is something to take away from this race. Yeah.
Looks like lapping might still be avoided.
Yeah, he will avoid being lapped. Just barely. After this match ends, I'll have to head off, if that's alright, because like Father's Day is a thing,
Alright.
and I have been asked to attend, which is fair enough. I'm glad I have people who can carry the reins, if you will.
All right.
Plus, my voice is really, really strained and exhausted from all the talking. I'd like to thank everyone who's stuck by so far. I appreciate doing this, even despite the moments of nothing happening like yesterday.
Is Anna bugged on your end too? He's just out a bit of a shake.
Right, Molten Caverns and Desert finds themselves in a familiar place. The lava.
Yep.
Floor isn't lava, but everything else is. Fun fact, I'm actually considering reworking the track.
What
What do you have in mind?
reworking?
Well, it's to cut the fat, because there are a lot of areas like this section, which is it's just filler. Ooh, what happened there to Andor?
Yeah, I was looking at Desert.
Andor messed up. It was like, hey, you know, I messed up. Let me just quickly build the punch meter gap again. But he wishes he could have done this against like the likes of Victor Star and whatnot. Right then. I wanted to start getting ready to leave, so I
Alright,
will
see ya.
leave you two to it, or rather, three of you. I had a great time this weekend, to be honest. This was really enjoyable to organize and cast and whatnot.
Yeah, great. Sorry I couldn't be there yesterday, but I'll probably
fine.
be there for the next sessions.
The entire next weekend.
Should be, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine because like we're doing this again next weekend, and then the next weekend after. So we'll be good. But yeah, hopefully things go well on one. So, and yeah, see you guys.
All
See ya.
right, see ya.
Meanwhile, Deza just keeps losing time, but not as bad as he did with Flat.
Yeah, he's not a bad player, but when he's up against people who are veterans and play so often, the distance makes sense.
Yeah. And that's it. Anders in the goal. Deza still needs to finish, but it is decided 3-0 under. Not exactly a surprise though. Under, very skilled player. And so we can move on to... what is it? Frisk versus Floxit. No idea who's gonna win this one. But if I had to bet, I would bet on Floxit. Just because he has more experience with Toyeka.
So
I'd
Floxit is going to be AFK for a bit, but he should be there within 8 minutes.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Sorry, Under. I was looking at Deza pretty much the entire time.
Yeah, same here.
And Flux is here, so we should be ready to start.
Nice.
And here we go, Helios. Neither
I
getting
think
the
that's
start boost. And Frisk getting the early lead manages to push out Flux here. Frisk taking the slightly riskier line and doing it well. Getting in a few meters that way. But took that corner pretty badly and lost a few of them. Oh, very bad mess up by Frisk. Losing a lot of meters.
I think they're pretty much on the same level, so it's not over yet.
Oh yeah. But Flux coming into the second lap with a significant advantage. I wonder how he's taken this turn. Yeah, he's taking it somewhat safe. Meanwhile, Frisk doesn't take that, doesn't manage to do it this time. Loses a few millimeters there. Locks it into the chicane. Clean in and out. No problem. And we are onto the last lap. And unless Fluxit messes up, Frisk can't catch up. And Fluxit has the hardest turn behind him, so it's gonna be a bit of a struggle for Frisk. Fluxit into the last few turns. No problem. And that's it. 1-0 Fluxit. And we are on to Museum 1. And match 2 is going to start up. Fluxit 1-0 advantage. Let's see if he can pull it back. Once again, neither getting the start boost. Frisk taking the first corners a bit better. And Fluxit, bad luck with the wall. That
Yeah,
wall
well-
can be pretty random.
Yeah, indeed.
And he hit the wall too. So Frisk now has a 50-meter advantage. Frisk taking the drop semi-clean. Fluxit does so as well. Frisk slowing down for that turn, so which is definitely not the fastest way to do it. Both making it through the last few corners of the lap without any problems. Frisk
Yes,
slides out this time. And
Oh, damn.
Floxy was doing some weird stuff. My-
Well, it was a nice roll.
yeah. But Floxit made up like 20 meters, and Frisk does not make the drop. But neither does Floxit, and Floxit messes it up a bit worse. Frisk taking these corners pretty well. Almost hit the post. That was a bit too close for comfort.
Fluxit messed up.
Frisk
Oh.
spins out. And drops.
So does
pretty
Fluxit.
bad. Yeah, if you don't know how to take that drop, it's really hard.
He
Very
definitely
easy
closed
to
in
spin
there.
out. Very easy to hit the wall while falling down. Pretty much the main reason why Museum 1 is such a challenge. That the wall on the first hairpin.
Yeah. Now it's all about this last corner. And he makes it. And Fluxit does not, unfortunately.
Yep. 1-1. I think this is the first 1-1 we've seen the entire tournament.
I think so, yeah.
But yep, it's equalized. And it's time for Metro or Molten Cavern. And it's Metro. Would have been Frisk pick too.
Yes, indeed. Okay, here we go.
Map 3 is off. Once again, no boost. Think they ever go for the boost, both of them. So Metro. Oh, Fluxit slows out for that.
Oh no.
Risk messes up, hits the Saltway, and loses quite a bit of time, but so does Fluxit, and Fluxit messed up pretty bad, had to repo, and we're back neck on neck. Frisk with the worst line, and hits the wall. Oh wait, no he doesn't. Wait, I think he did. Not sure, might have been lag. Oh, Frisk's starting to lagging for me, let's look at Fluxit instead.
He definitely messed up, though.
Yeah. Alright, I think Frisk is fine now. Almost a 30-meter lead. Not impossible. Frisk once again not making it through the Saltway.
Not quite the best line there.
Yeah. I always take it through the first door. Quite a bit easier to do.
But Fluxit messed up as well.
But still, overall gaming on Frisk. Jumped over one another, almost hit each other. Fluxit making it through the Subway clean. And so does Frisk. But that might be too little too late unless Fluxit messes up like that. But he's gonna have to mess up again. And Frisk does mess up too, so it looks like It's gonna be Fluxit's map. We're on the last straight, not much else can happen here. Frisk loses a bit more time.
And that's 2-1 for Fluxit.
Yep. Market 1. Haven't seen Ghost Town 1 today, I think.
Say again?
Haven't seen what Ghost Town 1 today, I think.
Oh yeah. It generally seems to be the same choices.
Yeah, I think Ghost Town 1 is easier, but there's a lot more opportunities to catch up on Market 1. Both taking the upper path, and we are onto the slalom. Fluxit taking the shortcut, and both taking the long route on that corner. First lap, advantage Frisk. But Frisk does seem to have lost some time on the turn upward. Fluxit
right?
messing up the shortcut, so was a bit too near the wall when he took it.
Yeah. That'd be quite tricky.
And any meters that he had gained the slap have washed away.
Seems like we might have a 2-2.
Does seem like it. Frisk taking that corner safe. And we only have one turn left. That is pretty hard to mess up. And Frisk doesn't, and we're 2-2. Fifth map it is. And it's Cadiz Sprint. Really hard map. And we are off onto the last race of this match. Cadiz Sprint, very hard to do consistently, and I'm expecting quite a few mess ups here, just because how bumpy this track is, how many jumps it has. There are very few breathers here. Frisk not making that jump. That one is really hard if you don't slow down.
And Fluxit fell down.
Yep.
So they're neck to neck again.
Frisk squeezes through, taking these corners a bit better and gaining the lead. But I don't think minor things like that are going to matter on this track. It's going to be who messes up the least. And Frisk does mess up. But a 30-40 meter lead is not safe for Fluxit. Although Frisk having another bot and another one might be tough for Frisk to catch up. Fluxit too far to the right, has to repo. Frisk slows down and doesn't make it as well. too far to the left. Minor time lost by Fluxit there, but shouldn't be too bad. And we are onto the last lap. 100-meter advantage for Fluxit. Fluxit needs to not mess up now. He's taking these very slow, but I think he can allow himself that if it means he doesn't like spin out or has to repo. Because it doesn't matter if he wins by 100 or by 50, and he does mess up. But does Frisk make it this time? Yes, he does. And so the lead has halved. It still might be... Frisk still has a chance. Fluxit flips over. Got what?
Whoa!
What happened there? Must have pressed the wrong button or something.
Oh no.
He was going backwards for some reason. Anyway, Frisk now 20 meters behind. And
He might
it's,
still have a chance.
yep, very close. We are onto the last few corners of this track. 10 meters, very close. Frisk,
Oh, and
no!
Frisk falls.
And that might be it. And that is it. Fluxit takes it. 3-2. Now our second to last race. Anonymza versus Victor Star. Victor Star not here right now, but should be there soon.
Yeah, I think he's joining now.
There he is. Victor Star, clear favorite here. He's just like a tier 1 player. If he messes up enough, he might drop a map or two. It's happened against Frisk, it could happen against Anonymza. Anonymza hasn't had a terrible showing outside of his internet. So, we'll see. Victor are choosing Helios. Odd that he chooses Helios because he has made quite a few mistakes on the times he's played it. But maybe he's even less confident in Jailhouse. Three, two, one, go. Seems
Neither
like
gets
both
the
got the
boost.
boots. And
Wait, they did?
Anonyms are not... I don't know. They might not. Oh, Victora! Bad slip up there. But Anonyms are taking these corners very safe, allowing Victora to gain the lead back. And it looks like Anonymza's internet is not shitting the bed right. I mean, pooping the bed right now. So that's nice.
Oh, I think he doesn't know about the wall banking.
Yep. Victora 50 meters ahead as we go into the second lap. Not through mistakes, but simply through better play. Anonymza doesn't seem to know how to take this one too well. And he does mess up. Or maybe he hasn't, I don't know. Actually, I don't think he has.
I think he didn't actually, but it's really hard to tell.
Yeah, I think I'm not gonna call up his mess ups. because half the time they just don't seem to be mess ups at all. Meanwhile, Victor continuing expanding his lead. No problems. Made it through the second lap very clean. And with a 200 meters of lead, he can allow himself a few mistakes. If he does want to. Or if he needs to. And as we enter the last two corners, it looks like Victor is the clear winner here. Large lead. No problem for him. Very tough choice for Animzo here, because Victor very good on Museum 1 in my opinion. And he seems to have rounded out Biohazard Factory as well.
It seems like he chooses Museum 1 via private message.
Okay. Yep, there it is. Museum 1. And we are off. Animzo taking a bad route there. And once again, not doing the wallback. Gonna cost him a lot of time. Victor messing up the drop, losing a lot of time. But so does Anonymza, not able to gain anything from it. Anonymza, once again, having trouble. Clearly outclassed by Victor. Second lap. 70 meters. It could be worse, but it's still not where you want to be. Oh, hitting the sign there, having to repo. And Nims are repoing again. Victor on with a good second lap, 51. No shame there. Meanwhile, Anonymza keeps falling behind. And Victor is at the final drop. No problem. Now it's Anonymza's turn to take the drop. And takes it as well. But that doesn't matter in the end. Victor are too far of a lead. Almost getting a 49. Great third lap by Victor. No chance catching up there. And it is 2-0. Natural or molten caverns. Let's see. Taking their time. And it's molten caverns. Seems to get picked a lot. Which actually surprised me because it got like almost no votes during the sign-ups. And then I think we're the only ones who voted for it. And them just spinning out at the first turn. Spinning out at the second turn. I'm taking the wrong way. And we're barely in, and Victor already has almost a 100-meter lead, but messes up the bumpy part. He should slow down here. It's very hard to do it without slowing down. I mean, you can do it, but it's just not worth the risk. And are making it through that part without any major problems. And Victor are falling into the lava. And Victor's lead has melted away. He still has one, but is not as big as it could be. But with Anonymza messing up, it's starting to raise again. Anonymza hitting the crystal, repoing. Half track, but that's just how it is. Mistakes are gonna happen on this one. Victor getting through the bumpy part. Very well done. Nimza is sliding out, expanding Victor's lead, which is fairly massive. Almost at the third lap. 300 meters between them. Almost 112 from Victor. That's clean. That's good. Victor back at the bumpy part. Does slow down. Takes it safe. Good call. But does mess up at the very end. Spins around, flips over. But it probably won't matter in the end. Because the lead is just gigantic. Anims are also slowing down at the lava bombs, making it through without any major problems. Now, Victor are clearing the crystal section, pretty much the last hard part of the track. Does spin out at the hairpin, but only loses a minor amount of time. Hits the wall, loses some more. Time to spare. Last straight, and Victor has done it. Another win. And I'm making as well. And it's now past the finish line. 3-0, no problem. And now for our last match of the day, Ander versus Frisk. Ander chooses first. Helios or Jailhouse? I think he's picking Jailhouse. Yep. He doesn't like Helios on 1v1s that much. Doesn't think there are too many opportunities to overtake. But Jailhouse Rock, fantastic track. Three, two, one, go, and we are off. Ander getting the early lead through the boost. Ander haven't had a great showing on. Oh, Frisk messing up. Pretty bad. That's a early good lead for Ander, but yeah, as I was about to say, Ander fantastic on this track. Was able to pull out like 250s in a row. Like, no, 350s in a row on his last Jailhouse run. Which is pretty nutty. Doesn't take that corner too well. But it's no matter. 100 meters between them after the first lap. And I don't think Anders messing up. It would very much surprise me. Frisk not taking the sewers too well. This time Ander makes it through the water room. Very clean. And Ander getting a 49. Very impressive. I can barely even get like a low 50. Ander just so good, so consistent at this track. No chance for Frisk here. Frisk makes it through the sewer. Up into the table room. And in the water room. One last hairpin. And Ander wins 1-0. Biohazard Factory. And a very big critic of that one. So makes sense that Frisk chooses it. But I think Ander did win against someone. I forgot who. Yeah, he won against Victor Star on this one. So it may not be a smart choice after all. Although the other one is Museum 1. Which Ander is no slouch in either. Either way, Ander hasn't given it ready, but we're starting anyway. He gave the shrug. Good enough. But yeah. I don't think anyone's 100% consistent on this track. And they're getting the boost. Frisk doesn't. But Frisk taking the tighter line and immediately getting the lead back. But messing up that corner. Spinning out pretty bad. Now we're onto the conveyor belts. And they're taking the fast route. No problem for him. But he hits the extruding part. And Frisk fails at taking the shortcut. So Ander gains a lot of time. If you're not good at taking the shortcut, I don't think it's worth it at all. Because it's pretty hard to take, and if you don't take it well, you're losing time. Now, we're in the second lap. Ander with a comfortable lead, but about slip up. Could have rode that lead quickly. And he does slip up, but not too badly. And he slips up again, but again, recovers fairly well. Only loses a little bit of time. Frisk also not taking the jump optimally. This time taking the shortcut in an okay manner. Well, I say that, but Frisk hits the whatever that thing is. Ander fell down, which has happened before, but happens pretty rarely. But so does Frisk. And Ander enters his last lap. And now, the last conveyor belt. Makes it, the last drop. Very nice from Ander. That part is probably, in my opinion, the hardest part in the entire track selection. It's just that the combination of the conveyor belts and the bumps at the drop are just very nasty. Frisk insisting on taking the shortcut. And manages it decently. Although I don't know if it has saved any time. And Ander wins it, barely making it below 3 minutes. Frisk is following behind. Metro or Molten Cavern? And we're doing Metro vote. This could very well be the last track of the day. But Frisk beat Victor Star, who beat Ander. So it's not impossible for Ander to win, or Ander to lose this. Frisk taking that first hairpin better, but Frisk not getting that turn to the right there, but makes it through the subway this time.
If he keeps taking that second door, he won't have many chances at winning.
Oh yeah, I'm really certain that second door is slower, much less smooth of a line. But only 30 meters between them, Ander can still mess up and lose his lead. He's been pretty prone to bad landings on this track. he has some really weird ones in warm-up, so let's see if it happens to him. This time, lands clean here, and takes a chicane well. Oh, and then messes up. Wait, did he? Nah. Just looked like I don't. Actually, he may have. Just as his lead just suddenly eroded on the radar on my end, so I don't know what happened there. Might have just been ping issues or something. Anyway, last lap, 50 meters between them. Will Ander be able to close this out? Taking his corner as well. And he has to drop that cost him the match against Victor. No problem here. Only one challenging corner left for him. Takes it okay, but it could be worse. And he has done it. Closes it out, no problem. 3-0. And that's it for today.
Yes, it was a very nice series of matches.
Yeah, some really good ones today. Ander versus Victor Star. Fantastic. Frisk versus Floxy was fun. Shower versus Orf was really good. Lots of good stuff today. And not so many people not showing up. So, after the first 2 days, let's have a look at the standings. Group A, Lagerrock in the lead with a 9 map differential, 3 wins, 0 losses. Second up, me, 2 wins, 0 losses, also 6 maps. Next up is Sino, 1 win, 1 loss. Map differential is 3-3, so 0 for him. Next up, Mr. Furball, who lost both of his matches, 0-3. And Tourism, who did not show up at all, costing him all 3 of his matches. Group B, in the lead is Ulf, 2 wins, 0 losses, with a map differential of +4. Next up, Zipper Zibiriak, 1 win, 1 draw, a map differential of 3, but he missed the first one. He was quite lucky that his opponent didn't show up at all, or he'd have a map differential of 0. Next up, third place, Ballas, 1 win, 1 loss, 3-3. Fourth place, Shower, 1 win, 2 losses, -1 map differential. And last up, J-Ran, 2 losses, 1 draw, with a map differential of -3. Don't think he's making it through this group. Maybe, nah. He only has 2 matches left, and other people are going to be getting their maps as well. Group C, Chicho with 3 clean 3-0 wins. Vladmin also 3 wins, but did lose 1 map against 609. A very close. That one was a banger, but it does cost him the first place with +8 maps. Wojciech, 2 wins, 1 loss, with a map differential of +3. Fourth is 607, 2 wins, 2 losses, map differential of +1. And then there's Adnan and Mikro, who did not show up. 3 wins and 3 losses and 4 losses respectively. And Group D, Ander is in the lead with 3 wins, 1 loss, but only in the lead because he has played more matches today. Plus 8 maps, but only 1 match left to go. Well, most of us have 2. Floxit, 3 wins, 0 losses, plus 7. Victor Star, 3 wins, 0 losses, plus 6. Had to go against Ander though, which does kinda slow down your map differential a bit, because Ander very good player. 4th place, Frisk. 1 win, 2 losses, minus 2 maps. And Desert and Anonymza both having 3-0 losses, both at minus 9 maps. So for those who don't know, top 3 of each group advance to the next stage. And the other ones are eliminated. The race for 4th, pretty exciting in all groups in my opinion.
Well, things can change pretty drastically next week, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yep, I think most 1st and 2nd places are fairly certain. But other than that, I think that's it for today. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Lots of great matches today. And see you next time. Goodbye.